Do you have a son who's both a scholar and a gentleman? Then we want to meet him. The Regis School of the Sacred Heart, an independent Catholic school for boys 3 pre-K through 8th grade, will hold an open house for prospective families on Sunday, November 7th from 2 to 4 p.m. Take a tour of the campus, meet faculty, staff, parents, and students, and learn how your son can benefit from an all-boy education. Visit our website at theregisschool.org for more information.
Welcome back, everybody. We've been talking about diabetes, and one overwhelming risk factor is obesity. Childhood obesity is at an all-time high. We mentioned earlier that 1 in 3 children born today are at risk for diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart disease, and it's all linked to being overweight. A fantastic hands-on program in Houston is teaching kids about healthy eating. Please welcome Gracie Kavner from Recipe for Success. Also with us is Chef Molly Graham, and over here we got JD, who, JD, you were diagnosed when with diabetes?
About 2 years ago.
About 2 years ago. So you had to make some changes in your life, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
And one of the big changes is what you're putting in your mouth?
Yes.
Yeah, what was the hardest part about that?
Eating more healthy and just everything.
Yeah, everything? Okay. Well, Gracie, that's really kind of the premise of Recipe for Success, is that you noticed that kids were not as healthy as they used to be. We had gone through a couple of generations of the fast food thing and getting away from real food.
That's right. We are dedicated to essentially changing the way children eat. And we do that with fun, experiential learning.
Yeah.
Because data says that children's eating patterns and attitude about food are set for life by age 11.
Wow.
So we have to get in there and make it fun, making it exciting, and put kids in touch with their food. We call it from seed to plate nutrition education.
Yeah, because you're right. When they're young, if they're eating these things at a young age, they learn to appreciate the taste of food without doing all kinds of manipulating it in all kinds of ways.
That's right. If you start them off right, then they're not addicted to salt and fat and sugar.
Yeah, and as a chef, that's one of the things that you all do. I know it's like all these cooking shows, they'll do like a pinch of salt. They're not doing this number right
That's
here
right.
because you learn to appreciate real food.
Right, absolutely. And we work on, talking about balance and getting the students and children to understand how to make their food taste good without those things, too much salt, and too
so
much
many
fat.
other seasonings that
Exactly.
you put in there. All right, the cool thing about this program that I love is that literally it is part of a curriculum. It's part of education. It's a little bit of science for them.
That's
it can
right.
be a little bit of learning how to math. Yeah.
Language arts. We even do a writing contest for the kids every year. In fact, right now the 4th graders are doing a story contest about their favorite holiday meal. So there are many ideas that feed into the causal nature of childhood obesity. One of the many things is that families don't eat together anymore.
Right.
And so we're trying to backdoor, you always have to go in the back door,
Yeah.
make it fun, right? And encouraging families to eat together and even to prepare their meals together. I came across some interesting data just recently that said that families only spend about 15 minutes a day preparing their meals now, but 2.5 hours a day with their children doing fun developmental things.
Right.
And so we're encouraging families to actually prepare dinner together.
Yeah, incorporate that into your
incorporate it together.
Yeah.
So Nora O'Donnell and her husband, Chef Jeff Tracy, have just written a baby food cookbook. And I love it. It's called Baby Love. And Nora is coming in to help us raise a little money for a Recipe for Success. But the beauty of it is what they talk about in Baby Love is exactly what we talk about.
Yeah.
And that is starting the kids off right with real, whole, healthy food.
Yeah. Talk a little bit more about the program at the school and how the kids get a little bit of that science in, and so they're like growing this stuff.
They are. We start them off in that we literally plant the seed in the garden, right? The kids plant carrots, plant all the seasonal vegetables. We roll it into the science classes, even math. They're counting seeds, they're measuring gardens. We do everything we can to integrate the garden lessons holistically throughout the campus, through all the curriculum. Then they grow and harvest that food, then we bring it into the kitchen and prepare it as a meal. But we're not making happy face pancakes and
Yeah.
you know, and something like we're making meals that they'll eat for life.
Yeah, risotto.
Ratatouille, fun things that at 25, at 50, they'll still be
And
eating.
this is not odd-looking food. We always think if we have to be on a diet that the food is like not good tasting and it's odd-looking food. Tell us what this recipe is and what value it has nutritionally for our bodies.
Sure. This is a zucchini and corn risotto, and it's wonderful. It has great for babies of age 10 months or older, and it really can feed the family and the baby too. And so you've got lots of vegetables in here, corn and zucchini, but you know it's a perfect canvas, risotto is, for any kind of vegetables, because you can add what you have in your refrigerator, like greens or peas or carrots, anything like that.
Yeah, and there's all kinds of tricks that you can use. If you have a child who's just not going to eat vegetables, you kind of
Right.
like mix up the vegetables, hide it in your pizza sauce.
right,
You know,
exactly.
Well, you know, we're not big on hiding because we're trying to create patterns and,
Right.
but that doesn't mean that you can't make it small.
Yeah.
So, for instance, in this
Right.
risotto, the zucchini is grated, and then grating zucchini is fun.
Yeah, does zucchini sound good to you?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, because he loves vegetables. That's a good
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. and we-
Risotto is fun because the kids, of course not a 10-month-old, but a slightly older child, maybe 2, can actually be in here stirring or being the one adding the vegetables and participating in the process.
Yeah, and sometimes we tell our kids, eat it because it's good for you. That's just it, right? Which, you know, you're inviting the child to go, well, I did something with my son years ago that a lot of people go, oh, he's 6 years old now, but he was 3, and he ate French fries and I ate broccoli. And I said, let's race. So we went outside and raced, and I beat him, of course, barely. I have to say barely. He's 3, I barely beat him. But my son goes, you beat me. I said, you know why I beat you? Because I ate my broccoli and you ate the French fries. He grabbed my broccoli, cleared the plate, shoved it all in his mouth, and then said, let's go race again, right?
There you go.
And I let him beat me. But in his head, he now says broccoli and things like that is a super fast food. So we go grocery shopping, and I let him take his little cart, and he'll pull off his stuff and go, super fast, super fast. He goes, can I get one super slow? It's like, one super slow. But you got everything else
For
to be a
nap
super
time.
fast food. Yeah, exactly. So, but he's the kid who has an avocado in his lunch and thinks it's really cool.
Well,
That
those
is very
kinds of
cool.
tricks have always worked. I'm a little older, right? But when I was growing up, it was Popeye ate his spinach
That's right.
to be really strong, and that was the way all parents got their kids to eat their spinach.
Yeah.
So run faster, jump higher, perform better. But in fact, it's proven that children with a healthier diet perform better in school as well.
Yeah. So now, before you had to actually change your diet, were you eating healthy?
Yes, I ate fish, like all of my mom cooked and everything, because she's from the Philippines, and her way of cooking really influenced.
How you eat.
Yeah.
So you'll be fine. Yeah. But culturally, that's where we get into trouble on a lot of things too.
That's
is that we
right.
have to kind of go back to, if you will, the old country, if you will, where we ate off the land, or the way that we used to do it, really eating off the land and not necessarily out of a box.
It's better for us. Unfortunately, in America, we've gotten to the point where 90% of Americans, only vegetable is French fries.
Yeah.
Only vegetables. So just moving that needle a little bit will make a huge difference. And the excuse that it's more expensive to eat fresh fruits and vegetables is not if you're eating in season. If you're eating strawberries in December, yes, that's going to be more expensive.
But you know,
if
when we
you're
talk about
eating
more expensive is when you have to pay health care
That's
to
right.
get amputations, to try to save someone's eyesight, to have to do all those types of things. So
That's right.
a little investment on the front side can
Gonna
really be
save a
priceless.
fortune.
Yeah.
Not to mention quality of life.
Yeah.
We're
Ladies,
excited that you're going to be with us on November 10th.
yes, we will. You can help this program reach more kids by supporting the Harvest Market and Lunch. It is November 10th at the Blue Plate Special Cafe. MSNBC's, we mentioned Nora O'Donnell is a guest speaker. You can buy tickets or even a table at their website, Recipe for Success, and that 4 is the number 4, correct?
Yes.
So recipeforsuccess.org, recipeforsuccess.org. Thank you very much for the great work you all are doing.
Thank you.
Up next, singer, musician, composer Peter Buffett. Does that last name sound familiar? Yeah, his dad is billionaire. But he says money does not buy happiness. We'll find out what does next.